Everybody, welcome back to the channel. You all know who I am. You don't know this guy. This is my best friend Josh. I've known him, I don't know, what, 20 years now? And today we are working on this lovely bucket of magnificence. We're working on the Honda Passport. Well, this is some different scenery. I'm in California now. Man, a lot has changed since my last video. I moved cross country, different job, all kinds of good stuff has happened. COVID's happened. Oh, that's been ridiculous, man. But you know what? We're back with another project video today. And today's project is going to be the lovely 2001 Honda Passport. Now, I discovered that these tires are from 2014. Yeah, that's right. They're almost 8 years old because it's almost the end of 2021. So we're going to replace these. And we're going to replace them with these. Now, these are 235/85 R16 10-ply Load Range E Patagonia Milestar ATRs. They measure 32.5 diameter, and they are about 9.5 inches wide. And in order to fit 32s on the Honda, we're going to need to lift it. That's right. We're also going to lift this today. The question you guys might be asking me is, how are we going to lift that? Nobody makes parts for that. Nobody makes a lift kit for a Honda Passport. They do. Well, not exactly. See, here's the thing. I found an article online from Four Wheeler, and they lifted one of these. They just used Isuzu Trooper rear coil springs, and they just cranked up the torsion bars. So that's what we're going to do. So I went to Pick and Pull, and for $32, I got the lift springs I needed out of an Isuzu Trooper. So we going to put them back there, and up there, we just going to crank torsion bars, baby. And obviously, before we, put tires on this, we got to take the wheels off. So you got to find the jacking points for your car, get some jack stands, and roll your ass out a very loud jack.
The loudest sound known to mankind.
You're damn right. Ain't nothing better on a Sunday morning than rolling a jack around on concrete. So what you need to do is you need to jack up the car and then find your mounting points. Put your jacks in a safe spot. All right, go ahead and lower the rear axle down. And then what you need to do is make sure that your wheels don't touch the ground when you lower it. Because, yeah, we need to get those off. And unfortunately, that didn't work. We need more height. That rear axle's got some travel, man. Who would have thought a Honda had that much droop to it? Holy shit. Same goes for the rear. God damn. Well, at least that makes me confident in our ability on this because, we're lifting it. We need that down travel. And this thing's got some fucking wheel travel. Now, while we're getting tools out and getting everything ready, this might be a good time to actually go over the cost of the budget for this vehicle. So we bought this car, I think it was $1,800 is what its purchase price was. And that's actually really not bad for an SUV, especially a Japanese one that will be pretty reliable and just work. Now, I had to do some front end work to it. And that's got a new bumper, and I think that's the wrong year bumper, but whatever. It works. New bumper, new hood. Did some paint work, nothing crazy. Looks all right. I like it. It's a cute little SUV, and it's been pretty reliable. So, $1,800 for the SUV, right? Then I paid $30 for these lift springs, $32 or something, plus tax. And these tires were $500. So all in all, we are less than $2,500 into what should be a very fun little off-road rig. Let's get down to it. Before there was Milwaukee, before there was DeWalt, before there was your brushless shenanigans, there was the Great Neck half-inch impact with a cord. I think that's 17 years old. I think I used that on my first car, bro.
I guess it helps if it's plugged in at the other end.
What?
I guess it helps if it's plugged in at the other end.
So I bought this decades ago. I bought it for my first car. It's an electric impact gun. Before you had Milwaukee, before you had DeWalt, before you had any of that shit, this is what there was. And it still works to this day. Can you say that about your DeWalt? Can you say that about your Milwaukee? So yeah, we may have air compressors and everything and impact guns here, but you know what? I bought this for my first car when I was like, oh God, 16 years old. So that was, what, 17 years ago or something? Maybe. So that tire right there, we've been having problems with it losing air and everything, and it's also a little dry rotted, but you found something.
I think I figured out why. I don't think that's supposed to be there.
Yep, that would do it. But check this out. Look at all this. This is why you don't have old-ass tires on your car. You see all this dry rotting? Look at that. Yeah, this tire's ready to just come apart on you. You need to take care of your tires. Where's the production date on this one?
Right here.
2015.
The 18th
2015.
week.
Yeah, that's early 2015 this tire is. Dude, that shit's older than I thought it was. That's almost a decade old tire right there.
Was a good tire.
Oh yeah,
Like,
no,
it's
it
not
was.
a cheap brand.
Yeah, no, they lasted. But it's time to get rid of these. They are unsafe. And then we discovered, you want to talk about unsafe tires? Yeah, that's the original spare tire. That's from 2000. This will get changed off camera another week. Don't worry about that. We will change that tire out too. But first things first, we need to go get our tires mounted. So we're going to go to Walmart, have them done at their little tire center. We'll be back. And we are back. We've returned from our fishing expedition or shopping expedition. We've gotten all the tires mounted. We also bought some cool paint. I'll get to that in a second. But these are ready, almost ready to go on. We're going to finish them up. They're going to go on there. Just got to do the lift still. We just got back. We also got enough stuff. We're going to do an oil change and also a stereo install. Catch that on the next video, though. Let's get down to the paint. So here's, one mounted up using some playing cards and some tape. We ran out of playing cards. Here's step one. You want to hit it with a black. And then we got this really interesting color shift paint called Stellar Blue. Looks like blue or green. And you switch and it'll get into like a purple like that, see? So that's just the color down, okay? Then I hit it with some clear. Trying to keep that nice, wet shine look. Yeah. And of course we did the spare tire. Now I'm getting another tire for this next week. It'll be all fine. I just didn't come in yet. But yeah, there we go. This is going to be awesome. So we're going to put it on here. And there we are. We finally made it underneath the truck. So what we need to do is disconnect the lower shock mounts. And that'll get you just enough room to get the springs out. But to get them back in, might need to ratchet strap them or use some kind of spring compressor. Alright, so the driver's side is going to be a little bit different than the passenger side in that there's a control arm, because this is a 4-link setup with a panhard in the back. This control arm right here, you got to take the bolts out because it hits the gas tank and you can't get enough droop out of this side of the axle to get that spring out. So that was a little sketch. Super jank, super sketchy. You used ratchet straps to compress the spring just enough to get it back in. Those are the trooper springs going in. Highly don't recommend that. Get a spring compressor. Don't hurt yourselves. All right. Moment of truth. Are the springs worth it? Apparently so. We still have another jack stand, so we need to get that out, but we need to set the ride height up front first. But that'll look pretty decent.
That is definitely taller.
Yeah. I like the look. So at first we just hit it with a black. As you saw, there was the black on there. Then this is the can. Duplicolor Custom Wrap Effects, blah, 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 easy peel. Don't really care about that. But Stellar Blue Color Shift, that's the one that you want. Ta-da. And it works. It actually works. And then I just hit it all with a 1K clear at the end. This is probably not going to be peelable for hitting it with that nice clear, but it's got a nice good gloss and shine to it. And I'm really digging it.
So one thing we found out with this is if you read the fine print, it tells you to put it on a black base coat for best results. That was something we kind of learned as we were doing our test wheel. And then from there we tried different colored base coats. If you put it on silver, you really can't see anything other than the flake. And it's a purple and blue flake, but it is still silver. If you put it on a purple background, don't mind the bubbles, it's more purple and it's more blue. There's not really that in between. It's one or the other.
So what you're saying is you got to put it on black to get it that nice color.
To get the proper result, you have to put it on black.
And that result is straight fire, let me tell you. So here we go. All right, we got the new tires on, got the wheels painted, got the trooper springs in the back, and then we cranked the torsion bars up front. And I think that looks pretty awesome right there. I think that stance is perfect. I love the tall and skinnies on it, and I know that they're like stock steel wheels that we just painted, but I think this thing just looks awesome. For a $2,500 budget build, like less than that, I think this thing turned out awesome. Now let's go drive it home. So I did this for my fiance. This is actually her car. We're in the process of putting a stereo in it. We're looking for parts right now. And she might not get this back. I'm kind of enjoying doing this right now. I'm driving it. I'm having fun. Isuzu Trooper springs in the back, torsion bars up front. We also did shoot a bunch of YouTube stuff for it. That video is going to drop in like a week though.